again, happy as can be. All good pals and jolly good company.
Everybody recognises the blue oval, which is obviously the Ford badge. The Ford badge has been on absolutely millions of cars, but what I'm going to actually concentrate on today is the Ford Focus. This is the latest model that has just come out, but what I'm going to do now is take you back in time. In our tribute to the Ford Focus, it's only right that we actually take you back to the 80s, to the predecessor, which is the Ford Escort. Here's a fine example that we've got here. The Escort alone sold millions, thanks to my friend Pete, who's he's actually still stuck in the 80s. He's come along today to show us this absolute beautiful example. Then what happened, of course, in 1998 there was two big things that happened in the UK. One was the launch of the Focus, and the other was the launch of Motorpoint, one of the UK's largest car supermarkets. So Ford's introduction of the Ford Focus back in 1998 was really a radical change. It really did set the way of the look of the modern car as we still see it today. I mean, if we just take a look at this model, this is one of the first ones, which actually the first model was a 3-door and this is a 5-door, but this car is 14 years old and it doesn't look old at all. Really is a beautiful example. Thanks to my friend Gaz here for bringing it in. He was a bit stuck in time. I think he'd actually get on well with my mate Pete. Ford quickly realised that they were onto a winner, so they brought out the estate version, the 3-door, different engine variations. In fact, in 2001/2002 it became the world's best-selling car. Incredible. And of course it didn't stop there. In 2004 they brought out the second generation, which had new technologies, still retaining the existing look though. This is a fine example, thanks to my friend Rob here. And of course it didn't stop there. Then in 2008 they launched the second generation facelift model, which was the introduction of Ford's kinetic design philosophy, which was different headlamps, different bonnets, different grille, but still maintaining the Focus look. All the way then through to 2010 when they launched the third generation. Now Ford must have known they'd got this model absolutely right, because they launched it in 2010 worldwide and it's now known as the International Mark III. What an impressive history this car's had from 1998. In fact, I'll just go through a few sales figures with you. Since its launch in the UK alone, the Ford Focus has sold over 2.5 million. Since the launch of Motorpoint, we've actually sold over 36,000 Ford Focuses. That makes up 9% of our sales. Now that's pretty impressive, but it doesn't end there. So here we are at the end of the story so far. This is the latest Ford Focus, which I've got to take my hat off to Ford because they're just staying ahead of the market. This actual Ford Focus now is absolutely loaded from the ground upwards with technology. What I'm going to do is just go through what this car has got. Right, so before I go around this car, I'm just going to go through some of the technology that they've now introduced into this latest model. It's nothing short of actually being space age, and I'm going to actually have to read from the brochure because there's that much I just wouldn't remember it. This car's fitted with intelligent protection. So it's got a deflation system, so it'll let you know if the tyres are low. It's got a quick clear heated windscreen, which I'm sure we're all familiar with now. But one of the other things it's got is lane departure warning. So if you start to drift out of lane on the motorway or whatever, it will actually alert you and let you know. Incredible. And then moving on, there's just so much more. Traffic sign recognition. So it will recognise a traffic sign as in a speed warning sign, and if you're actually going over it, it will alert you that you're going over the speed limit. Incredible. Blind spot information with your rear view mirror. If there's a vehicle in your blind spot, again, the car will let you know this. Auto high beam, I think every car should have that. How many times are you driving down the country lane and someone's got the high beam on, so you automatically flash them back, automatically get road rage. But with this one, if you've got your high beam on, it will know to automatically cut the beam down. Then it has driver alert. Check this one, this is fantastic. Designed to warn you if your driving behaviour drops below the regular awareness. It actually flashes up a coffee cup on the dashboard saying that you need to take a break. Incredible. And it just carries on the way that the cockpit is actually designed around you. Even the interior is allergy tested. And then it has, you know, all the normal things that we've become used to now, things like auto wipers, starter button, so you don't even need a key, and it just goes on and on and on. It really is something from NASA. So this particular one is a Focus Diesel 1.6 TDCi, 115 brake horsepower Titanium X, which is really high up on the range. And like I said earlier, it's got advanced navigation system, cruise control, speed limiter, climate control, airbags, CD, ABS, powered steering, electric windows, central lock. It just goes on and on and on and on. It's 16,999, which is over £6,000 saving on the new list price. And just another thing that you need to be aware of is, on a run, this car will do 76 to the gallon, and around town 55 to the gallon. That's a combined MPG of 67.3. Phenomenal. But look, you know, I could spend hours going around this car. What I suggest you do is go and find one. You know, there'll be one out there on the one of the Motorpoint sites, and have a sit in it, have a drive in it. It's absolutely fantastic. So over the years there really has been some radical changes with the Ford Focus, but the beauty is they really have kept things the same that are important, as in, you know, the Ford Blue Oval, the build quality, the way that they stay ahead in the market with the technology and the safety. Again, the same with Motorpoint, you know, the way that we're focused on giving you the choice and obviously the value for money and the pricing. But having gone through this range of Fords, my particular favourite still is the Ford Escort. In fact, I think I'm going to go and see if I can find my mate Pete and have a deal with him. Where is he? I knew they'd get on well. Pete! Pete!